Hey, we're back for another episode with Keys Guide to Freedom. Once again, I'm your host, Ron Keys. And today I want to talk to you guys about the keys to success. Right. Um, so there's certain things that I feel like everybody should have in place at some point in young adulthood or mid adulthood, where it kind of helps you or helps lead you to a better future. Right. The first thing um, in this key to success, right? Key number one is you need to have goals. Right. Goals are very, very important. Most people don't realize that when you take a pen and some paper and a journal and you write down your goals, um, there's I I don't know if you believe in it, but there's a manifestation that goes on, right? Not to get all crazy with you guys and just stay with me, but our thoughts are things, right? Our mind is infinite, right? How can I explain this in a better way? Check it out. So best way I can do it is chaos is one, right? So we are spiritual beings having a earthly experience, right? Whatever you believe in, or just run this test, right? So if you listen to this, do yourself a favor. Say a number in your head, right? Whatever that number is, right? You got your number? You good? Okay, perfect. So what number was that? Say that back to you. So not out loud, but in your head. Okay, you said it, right? Now you said that number and you heard that number, correct? Right? You said it in your head, maybe number five or something like that. Right? For me, it was a five, right? I said a five in my mind. I heard it in my mind, right? Didn't hear it with my ears and I didn't say it with my mouth. So how did I hear it and how did I say it? Right? We can attribute that to our spirit, right? We talk to our mind. Our mind, we're in our head all day talking to ourselves, right? Telling ourselves a story about how we think life is every single day, right? That is our subconscious. It is connected. I did a episode previously and I mentioned 14 laws, and one of them is how we are connected. Um, so in our minds, believe it or not, we are connected to the infinite, right? We're connected to God, right? Our minds is infinite. We can think of any and everything, right? If you everything that you see in the world has generated from somebody's mind, right? They thought about it first, right? Thoughts are things, right? You think of it like this, right? Think of this endless stream of energy, all this imagination and creativity and all of this, things that you don't even understand just floating through this energy field and it's flying through everybody. And some of it is hitting you in the head. I had a thought about something good, right? Everybody had $1 million idea, or a deer popped in the head, right? But your mind is infinite and it's a steady stream. So it goes and it stays for a while. And it's like, he ain't gonna do nothing with me. Let me move to the next person until you walking down the street and you see your idea, you know, in real life because it went to somebody else and they was more prepared to handle it. So not to lose you, but thoughts of things, right? That's basically what I'm getting to. Thoughts of things. And when something hits you in your mind, your thoughts, your whatever it is, what you do when you write out like goals and stuff, right? Because it had to come from somewhere, right? It had to come from somewhere. So use some things you want, whether it's a new car, it's a new house, it's a better relationship, it's to travel more, whatever it is, right? It comes in your head and you think about it, right? But your thoughts are always running. There's 1,000 of them. So it'll be here and then it'll leave and go somewhere else, right? There's somebody who's prepared to handle it, right? So what happens is, for a second, you take it in your head and then you write it down, right? What you just did was take it out of the ether, right? Take it out of the universe that was in your mind and you put it into this physical reality, right? When you write your goals down, you writing it down, you're like, oh man, I want, a 10-bedroom house, 5 bathrooms, and I want to slide from my bedroom to the pool downstairs, or whatever the case may be, right? You writing this stuff out in your mind, right? And now you seeing it with your physical eyes, right? And what happens is there's a subconscious mind, it's a superconscious mind. And when you write it down, and you write it in a format like, I'm happy and I'm grateful that I got it already, right? It triggers kind of law of attraction, right? Because you just took it out of the ether, you just wrote it down, right? And then what happens is your brain said, okay, let's go to work for it. And without you really understanding, you just start headed towards it, right? Let me go over here. Let me slide over here. Oh man, look, there's a house for sale. Oh man, there's, or if you don't have, if you want, something where it's slightly out of your reach, oh, I just got me a new job. You just pull it up on the place for some reason because you just felt it in your spirit, like, oh, let me just drive over here real quick and see. Oh, let me go just see what that's about, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, you in the space where you wrote it down, now you hear, whether you whether you put in the work, or and it shows up, or whatever the case is may be. Writing down your goals is the first step, right? Like I was saying before, everything that you see, it was somebody's thought, right? And they wrote that down, and then they wrote out a plan, and then they used their hands and they went and they built it. That is the creative beings that we are, right? So writing down your goals is the first step to having whatever you want in your life, right? You're more likely to hit what you have written down than what's just sitting in your head. So the first key is to write out your goals, right? Here's an action for action is, if you don't have any goals, think of 3 to 5 goals that you want to see done this year, right? Or in the next calendar year, right? 12 months from the time you're in it. Say, look, what is 5 things I want to see, right? And or 5 things I want to have, 5 things that I can achieve in the next, you know, 6 to 12 months, 3 to 6 months, whatever the case may be, right? Because you need to break down. Um, you need to have goals broken down. You need, life goals, right? By the time I'm 70, you know, I want to have this, and this, and this, right? And then, reverse engineer it. By the time I'm, 30, I need to have this set up. By the time I'm 40, I need to have this set up. By the time I'm 50, or, by June, I want to have this, and this. And by, August, September, I need this, and that. However you break your goals down, right? But write them down. Write down what you really want out of your life, right? There might be something that's been irking you. I want to start a business, right? Write it down, right? And the next thing you want to do with these goals is you want to look at them when you first wake up, and you want to look at them when you lay your head down, right? Because when you first wake up, you grab the goal sheet, and you look at it, and you read off your goals. Preferably do it in the mirror, right? I'm giving you guys keys now. If you haven't write it down, rewind this and write it down. All right, so write down your goals on a little sheet of paper. All right, I use index cards. I usually have them everywhere. They're over there, but it's fine. All right, write down your goals, and then in the morning when you wake up, read your goals. Get them programmed in your head. Read them out loud so you can hear them. Right, because you want your subconscious and your conscious to be one. Right, that's how you manifest. Right, hey, take it from my mind. I write it down. Now it's in the physical. Now let's get the physical and the metaphysical together. Hey, listen, you know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I live in a 5-bedroom house, or I live in a 10-bedroom house with 5 bathrooms, and I got a pool that slides down from my bedroom, right? Read that in that night. So happy and grateful that I live in a 10-bedroom house with 5 bathrooms, and I got a pool and a slide that slides from my bedroom down to my pool, right? Like, you say it in the morning when you wake up, you put it in your mind for the day. You say it at night when you go to sleep, When you sleep, your mind is figuring it out for you while you rest in this body. Your unconscious is always up. So it's figuring out what's the next moves to make. When you wake up, you're ready to go, read your goals, and then you go, right? So the first key is to write down the goals, right? The next key is you got to have your own, right? What I mean by that is no matter what you do for a living, you always have to have a multiple source of income, right? So if you have one source, you need another, right? And preferably it's something that you can control. I'm gonna say that again. You need to have your own, right? Have a side business, whatever you do, I don't care if you make tutus. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you do, but have a way where you can make money if your job goes away, right? You got to have your own, all right? Turn that into a business, you know, take that money and then reinvest it, right? I just gave you two keys in one. So you need to find your own source of income, right? Your job is cool. A job, let me explain to you guys my theory on what a job is, right? Um, a job is secure, short time security while you build and pivot, right? First of all, it takes way too much time out of your day and it doesn't pay you what you worth, right? It doesn't matter what you're getting paid, probably worth double, right? If you're getting paid a lot of money, it's because you're making that company or somebody way more than what they're paying. They're paying you a fraction of what you're worth, right? So whatever you're doing, you have to have your own. I don't care what it is. If someone can come and cut the water off, you need to dig your own well. All right. So the next key to financial freedom is have your own, right? Have multiple sources of income. And then the third one, well, I lost track of what I was on. But anyway, I fix it. It's been a long day. But anyway, um, but make sure you have your own. And then the next key is you have to invest. You have to invest your money, right? Money is a tool, right? More you have, the more options you have, right? Money is not a god, it's not something that you pray, it's not really something that you should be working for. Money should be working for you, right? You're going to be a slave for money for a short period of time, unless you're born into it. You're going to be slave to money for a short period of time. That means you're going to have to work for some money, right? But once you get your money, you make that money turn around and work for you, right? In today's society, we're so hell bent on being consumers, right? We're always buying stuff, right? Stuff that has no value, depreciates fast, cars, clothes, all this stuff, right? And what it does is it sucks the wealth from you and take it. And that's the reason why we have a 1%, right? Because we give them all our money, right? Yeah, they can print money, but they print it, they give it to us, and give it right back. Then they take it and they buy real resources with it. And while they're buying resources with the money we're giving them, we're buying whatever junk they're selling us, whether it's fast food, sweatshop shoes, whatever the case may be, right? It's not adding value. Now, granted, I'm not saying, look bummy or, I'm saying like you want to dress like, how you feel, how you want to feel. If you feel, you want to be presentable, right? But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're investing your money. You want your money working for you, right? There's a saying that says, rich people buy their freedom, they buy their time, while poor people spend their time buying things, right? They spend their money on things and then they end up working their whole lives and never really have freedom. So you're either gonna be a slave for money or money gonna be a slave for you. So the next key is simply to invest, right? And my next key um, is to get insurance. Listen, you can feel how you want to feel, but insurance is very necessary. right? There's all kind of policies out there. And most of you guys might have heard of infinite banking policy. I don't provide it. I'm not an insurance person. This is not advice. I'm not a financial person. This is not financial advice either. But there's insurance programs that allows you to take the death benefits and use it while you're living, and then put it back while it occurs interest. Um, and you're paying back into it and it's growing. So there are different tools that you need in order to have this financial independence, right? Um, one of them is you need to have a business. You need to have it structured right. Then you have to have a family trust, and then you need the insurance to be used as a bank. This is how we do it, man. So with that being said, man, I know this is kind of quick, but I just wanted to tie it back in. Here's the keys to success, right? You need to have your goals. You need to write them down. You need to have your own, right? Your own business, have a hustle, whatever you do, but have the structure right. Something that you own and control. So you have your own business. Then you have to take money and you got to put in investments, right? Always make your money work for you. Don't ever be happy with just working for money, because you will get tired before you get rich, and you will find yourself retired working for the rest of your life. Okay. The next one is to set up your insurance, right? Set up your insurance program where you can take life benefits out, take out the death benefits while you're living. That way you can invest in the things that you need without having to use a bank. All right. So those are my keys to success. You guys, listen. If you like my content, please like and share. I appreciate you for taking the time and listening to me. This is Theron Keys. This is Keys Guide to Freedom. And we out.